Hi, I'm Toni Daniels. I'm training consultant with Luke 10, and I want to talk to you today just a little bit about the rhythms of Church 101. Some of you haven't been through Church 101 in a long time. You've been participating in our leader teams, and maybe some of you are kind of new to this and you're wondering what the rhythms are. So I'm just going to briefly cover what are those rounds like in a Church 101, that 5-week course with the intro 6 weeks that we do to help introduce people to the way of being church. So the first round that we always do in a Church 101 is our check-in. And we try to go around the circle in 2 minutes or less and check in with each other with how we're feeling emotionally. And we typically model that using SASHAY, which is the acronym that we used that has a variety of emotions on it to help prime the pump for people who might not be as emotionally aware as others are. So SASHAY, again, stands for scared, angry, happy, sad, happy, excited, tender. So it just primes that pump and gives people some emotion words to use. So 2 minutes or less each person sharing the variety of what they feel. And usually we model that by saying something like, I'm checking in today as excited, happy, tender, and a little sad. I'm excited because work is going so well and I'm really challenged and loving the projects that I have on my plate. I'm happy because my family is just living in joy together and I'm just really enjoying being with them. Tender because someone in our family recently passed away, and a little sad because of a conflict situation that's not resolved. So that's how that would look for the check-in. The next round that we go to is our listening round. And in Church 101, what are we listening for? Well, we haven't trained people to listen yet. That doesn't mean they don't know how, but we just haven't got there in the lesson. Usually in the first lesson or the second lesson, listening doesn't come in until the third lesson. So what do we do in those other weeks? The listening round is, what are you sensing the coach saying to you regarding the material that you've been working on and that you've been dealing with? Another way to listen is, what has the coach been saying to you in your church of two? As you've been practicing, check in and listen as close to daily as possible with one other person. What have you been hearing? So really the listening time those first few weeks is a sharing of what you're hearing on your own. Or it could be a listening time together. So you could take 2 or 3 minutes of silence together on the call and ask God, how do you feel about being with us together as a group? And give some time to listen to that. So either way, listening to what the coach is speaking to you individually or in your CO2s, or listening together on the call for 2 or 3 minutes in silence and just practicing that together. So that's the listening round, and again, 2 or 3 minutes each person. And then the closing round. What do you take away? What did you see happen today? What was the most important thing that happened? Kind of this 3 ways of saying the same question. And we usually say, you know, we don't learn from just experiencing things. We learn from reflecting on what we have experienced. That makes it a holistic experience because we can put words to it, a whole-brained experience. So that's the closing round. So those are the 3 rounds that we use during the 5 weeks of Church 101. And then in our leader teams, we deepen and expound those rounds and practice more skills that are involved in those rounds. So I hope that that's clear and makes sense for you. If you're thinking about leading a Church 101 soon, feel free to contact me if you want any help or coaching in that. Thanks so much. Take care.